Hey witches, how you doing today? We're back with another video, and I've got a bit of a ramble for you today. Along the lines of be careful what you wish for. Basically, I have a ton of topics listed out to make videos on, all of which I'm like super excited about, and I'm just not feeling them. Yesterday, when I usually post my videos on Saturdays, today being Sunday, right, I just wasn't feeling it, and even today I'm going through this list and I'm like, meh, like I am so witched out. Which sounds kind of ridiculous for somebody who is like a career witch, if you will. And please, like, don't come at me. I'm not playing the pity card like, oh my God, my amazing life is just so stressful. No. Right? But what I kind of want to do is give you a bit of a cautionary tale on rushing into spell work and not really maybe thinking so much about the long-term consequences and commitments that you might be making. Because I did some of that, and while I'm not regretting it, I am like, wow, my life is crazy. So before we get into it, for those of you who are new around here, my name is Taya. Welcome to the channel. We talk about all things witchcraft. And for those of you who are returning viewers, maybe coming in from another video, welcome back. I so appreciate the support. And all of you, please consider subscribing. It's a really great way to help us build the channel. And as I do that, I can't tell, sorry, I have a new phone. And if I look off to the side where I usually look into the camera right over here, I feel like I'm not looking at the camera, but when I look at the camera now, it looks like I am looking, and so I'm kind of confused about where I'm supposed to look so that I'm actually looking at you guys while I'm talking. So yeah, little diatribe there. So anyways, listen, I love my life. It is my dream life. Like, literally. I was in a lucrative sales job that didn't really align with my personal values, and I wanted out. I wanted to live witchcraft. I wanted sort of to be who I am and have my life's work sort of align with my values and who I am as a person. And my first kind of descriptor, if you will, when I'm like, who am I? I'm a witch. I'm a mother, and then I'm a witch. And I really wanted my life to align with that. So that was kind of coming up in like 2018, 2019, and then we're going to get into the timeline here, okay? So in November of 2019, I had received a rather pointed message from the witch mother that I was being called into service, that I needed to teach others, help them have what I have, just show other practitioners the way. And so in January of 2020, I started looking for spaces that would sort of facilitate in-person teaching. And then COVID hit, right? Big, huge life shakeup, and that put everything sort of on hold for the moment. So in September of 2022, I started my YouTube channel, sorry, right? I started this channel here with a way to like share my voice, share, to do what I'd been sort of called to do, right? To help others have what I have, to sort of show other people the way, help them start thinking about witchcraft, maybe in a more traditional witchcraft sense, or maybe just help people think more through their actual witchcraft. And then following that, in November of 2020, I started my servitor. And it was a servitor for my best life, was what its original mission was to help me have my best life. And every full moon, I would feed it a new instruction that followed the theme of me having my best life. And I kept that up for about just about a year. So that started November 2020. Following February of 2021, I found the Red Thread Academy, and I started my first year of studies. And to be fair, Red Thread Academy is not like a witchcraft, like it's a serious witchcraft course, and it requires like writing papers and doing some very pointed work. So I got into that in February of 2021. In March of 2021, as part of my schoolwork, I did a big road opener. I was like, I want to live my best life. I want to lead this witchy life. And a road opener, for those of you who might not be familiar, is to open and clear roadways and blockages, to bring in new opportunities, to dispel fears and negativity, and to bring in prosperity and wealth. So it's kind of a very big undertaking. I almost think I might need to do another one now. But yeah, in March of 2021, I did this big road opener. Like, come on, universe, like open all the roads, show me what I'm supposed to be doing here. Then in May of 2021, I did some more spell work. I did a spell to attract witchy friends and build a strong witchcraft community for myself. And that is an ongoing piece of spell work. It is tied to an art piece that hangs in my office. And as long as that art piece is up, it's sort of there. It's like kind of a web design, and it's sort of thrumming away, trying to attract witchy friends and people into my life to create a community. And then in August of 2021, I founded the Edmonton Traditional Witchcrafters Guild, whose sort of purpose is to create community, especially for non-Wiccan witches in the Edmonton area, to teach, right? We offer classes on witchcraft, and to sort of just promote the idea of traditional witchcraft, that there are paths other than Wicca. So that started in September of 2020 and ended in August of 2021. That is 1 full year. So in 1 year, from September 2020 to August of 2021, I started a YouTube channel. I started studying with the Red Thread Academy and was working on my first year. I founded the Edmonton Traditional Witchcrafters Guild, and I started teaching classes through the Edmonton Traditional Witchcrafters Guild. So, wow, that is a lot to take on in 1 year. And when I passed those first spells to sort of make my dream a reality, when I started working with that servitor, when I was doing that road opener, I sort of forgot about the reality. The reality is that I have ADHD. I get hyper-focused and excited to do things, but it doesn't last long term. So when I make commitments in my excited state, I still have to follow up those commitments in my mundane, unexcited states too. And that's not to say that's like a bad thing, but it's almost like being a little bit manic, right? And it's like, oh, and I'm going to take on all these things. And then the glow kind of comes off the bloom, and you're like, oh, I took on all those things. And things like YouTube channels need consistent posting. Red Thread Academy needs consistent study and progression. It's a self-study course. This isn't taught through classwork. This is self-study, which is very difficult to do when you've got ADHD. Guilds have a ton of administrative upkeep, which was super fun to do in the beginning. It's like, oh, get this guild, let's do the bookkeeping. And now it's like, oh, it's a chore to do. And even teaching witchcraft classes means that not only do I have to create and write and teach content, I have to market it and find students for it. And right, I wasn't thinking about all that when I took all this on. Now, I truly believe all of these endeavors would have ended up on my plate eventually. I do. I think these are all things I would have done. But picking all of them up in just a year, right? In 2020, 2021, I picked all those things up. My past year in 2022 or 2021, the end of 2021 into the rest of 2022 has been crazy. And like, talk about a crash course in the witchy life. 1 or 2 nights a week, I always have a course I'm teaching or some kind of an online get together that I've got to facilitate every single weekend. Saturday or Sunday, if not both, I have got some kind of a witchy thing to attend. Yesterday we had a great, it was a beautiful day. We had the Edmonton Pagan Pride Day, Edmonton and area Pagan Pride Day, and I was invited to come and do our introductory guild workshop on introduction to traditional witchcraft, for, you know, as a workshop being presented at on this day, and that was great. But woo, it took a lot out of me, right? I'm an introvert, so to get up and speak in front of a whole audience of people, it takes a lot out of me. Not a bad thing, but when I got home, I was like, yeah, I've done my witch work for today. I don't want to do a video. So to say that I'm busy is like an understatement. It's good though. You know, again, this isn't a pity party. It's good. It's all the things I've dreamed of having in my life. You know, all the things I've dreamed of doing with my life. But you know what's really missing? What I haven't talked about? Personal practice. And most of these endeavors, especially like the YouTube and the guild, are giving of myself with a small return. And it's okay. I knew that going it right. When you're doing YouTube, I mean, I'm talking to my camera, and yeah, I get some comments and I can have a little bit of chit chat back and forth, but right, I give a lot more than I receive. And same thing with the guild, right? I mean, it is a huge undertaking, and yeah, I've made some new friends and there's some fun stuff, but you have to remember, I have to be at every single event that we put on right now. So this personal practice side has kind of really fallen by the wayside, and I need to work on that to sort of balance the output of my other stuff, right? I need to fill my cup so I can continue to pour into all these endeavors of mine. So I suppose that's sort of my project now, is, you know, what I'll be doing my spell work on going forward. No more of this best life stuff. I got it in spades. You know, spell work, looking for ancestral and spiritual support to balance my life between the endeavors that take energy and the endeavors that give energy. And one that I'll be doing very shortly is literally a spell for support in the guild, to have other members step in and fill some of my roles, right? It's been a year now, so some people can take on some of those roles because I literally do every single thing, and to bring in new talent and people that can help continue to grow what we have to offer without my needing to be directly involved in it. And we have our annual general meeting coming up in a couple of weeks, so I know that's going to come. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to do a little bit of spell work, a little extra oomph to kind of help that come through. So basically, what I'm switching my spell work now from, you know, basically I'm going to do spell work on maintaining what I'm doing rather than increasing opportunities, bringing in new opportunities. Whew. I don't need any more new opportunities. I'm good for a little while, right? I need to like find the balance and the flow in the everyday. And to be fair, just scripting out this video has me appreciating my life so much more. I'm a witch, and if I'm struggling, I have methods at my disposal to accomplish what I need to continue to lead my best life in a balanced and fulfilling way. I can accomplish that. So I don't know, guys, just this is sort of my weird little dissection on where I am right now in my life. And so yeah, thanks for listening to that. I'd love to know, have you ever done spell work to sort of create opportunities for yourself and then sort of had a bit of a pity party for yourself after the glow has worn off? After the bloom is off the rose, so to speak, and gone, oh my goodness, what did I do? I'd love to know if you've ever had an experience like that. And I don't necessarily mean it in like, oh, that's so bad kind of a way, right? Like, this isn't a bad thing I've created for myself, but it's a lot. And I think just recognizing that it's a lot and now turning back to the methods that I made it, using those same methods now to sort of maintain it. And like I said, find the flow and the balance. So I'd love to know what you've done, if you've had similar types of experiences. Otherwise, yeah, that is our video for today. Thank you so much for hanging out and bearing with me. And yeah, that's it. That's all. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks so much, you guys.